There are so many key components to a standard surrogacy agreement, and so how a surrogacy contract, also called an agreement, starts out is first the intended parents and the surrogate agree on which state law will be followed when the surrogacy contract is drafted, because that's how the contract will be enforced, is under a particular state's law. The next part of the surrogacy contract will detail embryo transfer, how many embryos everybody agrees can be transferred to the surrogate for each embryo transfer procedure. Most of the time, that's only going to be one embryo. And why is that? It's because the American Society of Reproductive Medicine, under best practices and recommendations for surrogacy, recommends that only one embryo be transferred because it results in the lowest risk pregnancy to the woman who's pregnant and the lowest risk pregnancy to the baby who's being carried. The parties also move on and will determine how many embryo transfer procedures they agree upon. And most contracts will say that a surrogate agrees to undergo up to 3 embryo transfers within a year of the first embryo transfer or within a year of the contract being signed. It doesn't mean that can't be changed later. It can be changed later. But the contract will detail the initial attempts at embryo transfer. Next, what follows in the contract is there will be terms in the contract about what the surrogate agrees to under her prenatal care. We'll talk about terms of termination of pregnancy or selective reduction if there's too many fetuses growing. We'll talk about in the contract who makes decisions, whether or not you can get a second opinion, a third opinion. All the compensation terms will be in the contract, how disputes will be solved. All of these terms are pieces of a contract that in the end secure everybody's rights and makes everybody feel comfortable moving forward.